Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel was a true selfless soldier of our country. Following the path shown in the Bhagavad Gita, he had no attachment to any material objects of the world. He had dedicated his life to the building of our nation. His greatest contribution was to unite all the 562 princely independent states with the Union of India. It was an arduous task. He had to talk about the subject of unification many times at different places on different occasions. In one of his speeches, he explained the movement for merger, by which I mean either merger with the provinces to suit geographical situations or amongst themselves, is progressing rapidly. Such a move has the support of both rulers and the ruled. It is no longer a demand of the people alone. You must have observed that recently rulers of Bundelkhand met Nowgong and adopted a resolution for the creation of a United States of Bundelkhand, in which all the Bundelkhand states and Rewa are likely to participate. It would be a state fairly large in area, but very substantial in mineral, forest, natural resources, and others. Mr. Menon is hoping to go there on February 8, 1948 to have further discussion with the rulers and the people and to help them in bringing about a state based on complete transfer of power and somewhat on the model of state of Kathiawar. Another region where too the rulers and the people are thinking on the similar lines is Central India or Malwa. I have just received information that the rulers of this region are forming a unitary state on the lines of state of Kathiawar, based again on the full responsible government, that is executive, fully responsible to the legislature, and the legislature being fully responsible to the people of the area. There is a similar move for Rajputana, where all the smaller states and some of the bigger states are hoping to join to form the state of Rajasthan, which will help preserve traditions, culture, and peculiarities of life of the Rajputs. I welcome all these moves as they solve the problems of consolidation as well as responsible government in one stroke. It is particularly gratifying to note that these moves are not impositions from above, but joint and willing proposals of the rulers and the ruled. Both the people and the rulers have realized that the grant of full responsible government is inevitable, and that the responsible government in a small state is just a farce. It is not possible to have a decent and modern administration except in a unit of fair size, and this is what is now being attempted. I am sure with considerable success, the country will move ahead. There will be Still, a number of large states unaffected by the movement for the merger with Union. In these states, there is a definite movement for full responsible government. And I observed before Cochin led the wake and Travancore soon followed suit. The interim government introduced in Mysore has become a model for many states to follow, such as Kashmir and Gwalior. I have reason to believe that the leading rulers of Rajputana are thinking on the same lines and will not lag behind the other princes in trusting their people and giving them full responsible government, thus enabling them to shoulder responsibilities for their own government. I expect similar constitutional changes to be introduced very shortly in Bikaner and Jaipur. It is obvious that if any state lags behind, it will only do so to its own disadvantage and to the disadvantage of its people.